as a three-piece. One was Zach was, on drums. I think the cymbal might have fallen down with something at some point because the wind went blowing. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping out of the plains. I think it knocked over his cymbal once. But
the drums did fall over.
Yeah, they did fall over. But I couldn't get the F chord right. That's what I was saying all the time. Curse that F chord. But the F chord is actually hard, an open F, because you have to,
especially at whatever you want.
Play two strings with your.
It's a hard chord, guys. That's all you.
Especially when you're learning. And it always runs the risk of sounding like crap too, no matter what. But anyway, and I couldn't play the key. Couldn't play F, and the song was in C. So I ended up coming up with a riff that I played in the verse and a riff I played in the chorus.
Yeah. I.e., he played one note.
He's trying to.
Yeah.
So
see what I mean?
Like
one note.
By what was it, 95, we were working on music for what would be the third record. Literally started recording in a one-car garage. We had to take the drums apart to put them in the studio room, and then set them up, and then tear them back down and take them one small piece at a time out of the room. And when we finished that recording, at this point we met a young manager, we met a young attorney, and we'd been sending demos of everything we'd done to somebody because we were serious about it at that point. It was like, hey, we can do this. We're good enough. And we didn't realize the fact that what we were doing was completely the opposite of anything else that was happening in the rest of the universe. We were in our bubble. And we didn't have any qualms about saying, in fact, we literally recorded a tape that we sent out to labels where we sat at a conference table at our dad's office, where they let us kind of sneak in there after I sat at the end of the conference table and said, if you don't sign us, then we'll go sell millions of records for some other company. We literally said that. That's a quote.
We were cocky bastards. I suppose you kind of have to be when you're like 11 and everyone's like, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, we were
one day you'll grow up to be an accountant. We're like, no, damn it.
But we got turned down by everybody. And that third album, I think, until we got to the third album, we were evolving very dramatically, and the songs were always there. But by the third album, it really was the garage band. It was songs like Stories and songs like Day Has Come. Day has come. Yeah. Pictures on the wall with like a little garage guitar. Pictures on the wall, pictures of, and a song called Thinking of You, which was and then there was this other song called MMMBop, which was the song that was not necessarily a favorite at the time among fans, but we thought it was a really unique name. It didn't mean anything, but it meant something to us. And so that third record...
And it came from, as I'm sure many of you might already know this story, it came from when, I don't remember what song on Boomerang it was.
We were starting out working on the background part.
I want to say it was actually the song Boomerang.
I think it was.
That we were trying to come up with a little kind of background part of some sort.
What is it? Let's see the chorus of MMMBop? Sure. Well, think about it. Think about the chorus of MMMBop. One, two.
Wait.
MMMBop. One, two. MMMBop.
It's like the most complicated ooh part you've ever heard.
It was meant to be a shadow part. Like, here's a verse, I go and sing it along in the background. Hit me like a boomerang. Big bang, there we go. So it was a song,
and it actually kind of works, but it's so damn complicated. You're like, you couldn't sing a chorus over that.
You can't sing a chorus under a chorus. It's weird. It's awkward.
We can't help it, guys. We just write choruses. Okay? Background part, we can't do it. But there was this group of songs, and it had a sound all of a sudden. It sounded like Well, it sounded like schizophrenia sometimes, but it was a garage band inspired by soul music. It sounded like the 9, 14, 10-year-old version of Hanson today. Well, it was all the parts were there. They were just very undeveloped. And we got turned down by label after label, but something began to click as A&R people heard it, because it had more of its own identity, and it was what we were, was really us in a room making it top to bottom. And finally, one A&R person came to probably what we thought at the time was one of our worst shows ever.
I still think it was one of our worst shows.
It was a show in Coffeyville, Kansas.
Let's just say the girls singing karaoke Garth Brooks got a much better response than we did. We were like playing our songs, we're like, no one is liking this. And then the girls singing the Garth Brooks karaoke was like, oh my God, she's the greatest thing ever.
Well, in fairness, I think there were 30 people there, which was,
and 6 of them were in our family.
Yeah, 6 of them were in our
related to
families. And, selling our tapes in the back. And, we were playing in the back of
a trailer.
It was like a fold-down semi-trailer. Just sort of not good.
Makeshift stage.
And I think
the Europeans may not relate fully to this concept.
Not that everyone in Kansas looks like this, but certainly the majority of the people had about 4 teeth. And it wasn't good.
We don't have a lot to say. We are from a mall.
Well, yeah, when we sang our cover of Back to the Island by the Baha Men, people were like, what's the island? Isn't the world flat?
George Bush was there.